Welcome everybody. Right now we're just kind of waiting. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. Give it another 10 or so minutes to let people get on, and we'll play some quick match. Hopefully, it is on the quick match beta right now, so hopefully we can play some of that. And if people do have the beta, maybe we can do some custom games or some multi games. But we'll certainly see what we get done tonight. Hopefully everyone enjoys. I do appreciate everybody for their support. And yeah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna wait about 10 minutes or so. Kick things off at 8:30, and hopefully we can have some fun then. Maybe we'll try some janky units today. Who knows? There's quite a lot I still haven't actually tried out from the newest DLC. So, or not in a serious manner, I guess I should say. Most of it I've played at least a match or two, but quite a lot I haven't really given much thought to. So maybe we'll try some stuff out that I haven't tried too much of, like the poison wind mortars. And if you're just getting on now, we are going to be holding off till 8:30 to kick things off. Right now I'm just kind of browsing through whatever's in some stuff in customs, but we'll be kicking things off at 8:30. So if you need a drink or whatever, feel free to do so. We're not going to kick things off just yet, but we will get to it, and hopefully have some fun, and maybe yeah, we'll see what we do. Knights of the Everlasting Light. Good old Blinding Radiance. Kind of wish we got these units in in the actual quick match battles, but what can you do? I really wish the steam tank actually, that the way it's designed here, I wish the steam tank worked in I wish the steam tank worked this way in the actual game normally, instead of being a Regiment of Renown unique to campaign, with all the burnt effects and all that stuff. That would be pretty cool. Alrighty, Nordland Mariners. Oh man. Blessed Croc scores. Some of the blessed units are so mediocre. It's kind of weird. Some of them are really. Some of them are amazing in campaign, and some of them are absolute garbage. I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning behind some of it was. Like blessed Croc scores. What are they? A little more HP and charge bonus. It's an absolute joke, really. Blessed Skink Skirmishers just get like 70% magic resist. So, you know, if you get jumped by Dryads or Regiment of Renowned Wild Riders, you're good, but that's about it. Otherwise, you're screwed. Some of these units are just really, really janky. And then you got stuff like this, the Blessed Stars, who are just amazing. Actually, I could have sworn these guys had better stats in campaign than they do here. I know they get perfect vigor. Perhaps I'm mistaken. I could have sworn they had better stats in campaign. It's been a while. Oh no, it looks like the blessed units are actually, yeah, the blessed units are bugged in the patch. That's weird. Didn't realize it, but yeah, I guess some of them are bugged because I'm looking at it, and the Pterodons with Fire Leaf Rollers should have like 40 ammo. That's like their only saving grace in campaign. I don't know. Do a lot of people play multiplayer on the? Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Oh, it looks like there's actually a decent amount, though. Unfortunately, not a lot of battles on this patch by the look of it. Though I'm not sure. I don't know if all these matches are actually on the appropriate patch, or if they're or if these games are. Yeah, it looks like all these matches are on differing versions, unfortunately. But hopefully we can find some stuff in a quick match. And perhaps, I don't know... Hey! Hey, Borg. Glad you enjoyed the channel. I'm not sure who's gotten the multiplayer patch up and running. If that could make it a bit difficult. Probably quick kickoff match in a little bit. Hopefully we can find something. I know I've been able to find matches relatively reliably lately, so fingers crossed. Otherwise we might be relegated to campaign or something along those lines, but I'd hope not. Alrighty, we're just about near an 8:30. I think we can kick things off. Let's see if we can find a match and see what goes down. I don't know. Well, looks like we found something, so hopefully it's good. And yeah, it's crazy how this was broken and hasn't been fixed. But we'll see how this goes. Beastmen, okay. Actually, never mind. Beastman's default. I keep forgetting that Beastman's default now. So used to High Elves from the way it was set up before. And yeah, now it's no longer the case. He is reverting to High Elves. Not sure what faction I really want to play here. I don't really like playing beast meta against high elves because a lot of times that match degenerates into this very skirmishy match and it's just not fun. We're gonna try. I think we're gonna try vampire counts. So I haven't played vampire counts in a while, so this might be terrible, and this probably isn't the ideal. This probably isn't the ideal match to be trying it, a sort of warm-up match. But you know, we're gonna give it a shot. The Graveguard, of course, did get significant changes. Now they hit more consistently. They got bonus for infantry of 13, which is a pretty huge improvement. Some slightly improved melee stats as well. So perhaps we can make something of this. Sternsmen are better now as well, though they're pricier as well. And let's see. Yeah, the High Elf vs. Greenskin DLC should be, and the Dark Elves. Yeah, we can certainly try those next time around. Not, I do want to try out the. I do want to try out a vampire count. I think we might try Blood Dragon. But I want to. What does the Lamian Lord? Does she get Oakum's Mind Razor? She does. It's pretty slick. Feebling Foe. Penumbral Pendulum. It's going to be kind of expensive. It's okay. So we can get some cool stuff there. Get some Scepter of Stability. It's actually not a bad item for against high elves who tend to bring some sneaky shenanigans. I'm not entirely sure. We'll get some Blood Knights because I think they're borderline mandatory in this matchup. I'm not entirely sure what else to bring. We can definitely try Dark Elves next match. I'll definitely give them a shot. I don't really want to contest the skies because that can go very badly for poor counts, unfortunately. I think we will bring a Necromancer on a horse and give him... Could actually give him Van Hell's Dance Macabre. We don't need Invocation of the Heck. I mostly just need the Rod of Corruption here, or Save of Corruption here. No Forbidden Rod. Wow, I'm completely out of it. This will be interesting. This will be an interesting warm-up game indeed. We'll get some bats. Probably should bring more stuff to harass backlines. But with the cost increases to a lot of the Count's troops, it's definitely going to be a bit more difficult than it used to be. Maybe... I kind of like the Sternsmen, though. Yeah, those cost increases. I need to figure out what to run here. I think I will bring a black coach. This is gonna be janky, but you know what? We'll try to make something happen, something of it. Try to get a little bit of width. It's so tough. Blood Knights. At this point, I might as well give up on the Graveguard, almost. And yeah, Swordmasters still. Swordmasters will definitely like crush Vampire Count's troops. But I don't really think Swordmasters are really the. I don't really think Swordmasters are the way to go. If you're gonna go against, and there's far better elf players than me to really talk to on that matter. But if you're trying to beat up Vampire Counts, Phoenix Guard boxes are devastating. I had some games against just sort of fun, friendly games against Luca where we were messing around. And Phoenix Guard box with a little bit of air support is just devastating. Especially now that there's a flyer limit. It's hurt the Vampire Counts a lot in that matchup, in my opinion. I think Phoenix Guard box is just the way to go because Swordmasters are just overkill against the infantry, and they don't really. And if the Vampire Count player goes super heavy on like Blood Knights or something, they're going to wreck you. I think. Might just be might just be me there. I could be wrong, but because I have run Swordmaster heavy builds before, and I know some of my older videos, and I think that is a pretty powerful unit regardless. But I think if you really want to be optimal and be ready for anything, I think Phoenix Guard are probably the better blob unit. And tournaments are obviously going to be different because you've got limitations on how much you can bring. I'm not a high elf player, but I'm pretty sure you can't bring that many. Phoenix Guard, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to bring a Necromancer. Did I bring her on foot like a goof? I did. Whatever. It's okay. we'll throw her in there. And I actually don't mind her on foot. It's okay. Hopefully I don't get sniped. That would be kind of depressing. But I have nobody to blame but myself. So what can you do? And we do have a black coach. So really the main threat here is going to be... Well, there's a lot of threats, but we'll see. The main threat's going to be big stuff. And, of course, yield archer spam. One thing I'm definitely not thrilled about encountering is archer spam. It's actually a very powerful build. I don't think this build looks too narrow. This build looks, by the model count, the build here seems too small to be an archer spam build, but it can actually be a pretty powerful combination. You just spam Loth and Seaguard, archers, Sisters of Avalorn, and then have like a token front line with a small backline defense, and you can do surprisingly well. So this is, ooh, that's actually pretty. That is one. That's interesting. What is it, Princess? Okay, okay. This is an interesting build. You got a Handmaiden on. Is this on foot? Okay, so we got some foot characters. Handmaiden of the Everqueen here. Some spears, Loth and Seaguard. So this is an interesting build. Not entirely sure how to feel about it. I definitely don't want you YOLOing forward because you have no armor and you're going to get shot to crap. You also back the hell away. Bass. Tyrnok Chariots are very, very annoying to deal with. You guys just hang back. You guys definitely hang back. I'm not sure why they're YOLOing forward. I know why they're YOLOing forward because I'm not playing smart, but I should definitely be backing off. And I can hit myself with a set of stability. And now we can hit you. And these chariots got way tankier than they... Yeah, Tyrnok Chariots did get a big old... So here we got a little bit of a snare here. We got to keep pushing forward. Try to get in on those guys. Unfortunately, they're just able to back off, and you guys are just getting chipped apart by that annoying elven woman. So, but we should be able to close the distance here. Maybe get some summons in on them. You run away. You run away. You push forward. This is definitely not ideal. Zombies should be able to stick around there. You guys need to back the hell away. We can get in on her. And now, maybe we can dive through these guys. Skeleton Spears get on them because I really don't want to get bogged down in that. And then we should be... Blood Knights can back off. You guys need to get in there. Let's get you guys on them. You guys on them. You guys on them. And you guys charging them. We'll pop that. Oh. Yeah, it's like, it's okay. It happens. Can I get... Nah, we're not going to get an popping opens just yet, I think. Black Coach is in the mix. We got these zombos still around, which is beautiful. And now, we can get in on these guys, bog them down, and hopefully swing around here. Oh, that is nasty, but not the end of the world there. Tyrnok Chariots are getting bogged down, which is nice. For sure. We still got that Handmaiden bogged down. We can send that Black Coach around. My lady should really get a heal right there. We can get a nice little meaty summon right there. Black Coach can run around here. We are just getting pounded right now, which is incredibly annoying. You guys need to get on these Dragon Princes. You get in on them. Black Coach just running amok. We can get... So if you can get in on the Princess, that would be ideal. And if we can get a beautiful... This would actually be perfect. If we could just get a terror out here, that would be ideal. Why are you guys... Whatever. I don't know. So we got a bunch of units just bogged down here. Obviously, Graveguard's not going to do great. Even with the buffs they've received, they're just still not just going to mince through, you know. But... Obviously, he's trying very hard to snipe out my lady right now. I can pop that. Can pop this. Pop myself some ward save. All these annoying. Get you guys in on... Now we got Blood Knights in there, so and we can start collapsing on this Phoenix Guard. If I can, honestly, I just need to bog down the Phoenix Guard. And if I can bog down the Phoenix Guard and just tie them down for all eternity, and then, yeah, if I can just bog down the Phoenix Guard as long as possible. Problem right now is that I'm getting sniped. About to say Chai sniped. I don't think many people would get the reference here. I don't know if we got any World of Tanks players here, but I was about to get Chai sniped there. Again, he is very intently focusing my lady here. But we're going to pop another Invocation of Nehek on the Fellbats, which is a huge misplay. That's definitely not what you want to see. But, you know, we're going to pop another thing here. Black Coach is doing work. Blood Knights over here. Crushing these spears, but I do not... We're going to go try to knock out some of the Lothran Seaguard, because they're... So we are able to remove her from play, but unfortunately she's on a horse, so she's almost guaranteed to get away. There's just very little I can do about that, to be quite honest with you guys. Looks like they didn't bring a caster, which I think is a huge mistake. Yeah, big misplay there, not bringing caster, in my opinion. Yeah. So there was definitely some misplay there on my part. I completely forgot to put my lord on a horse, which I definitely should have. I think the build here is just too narrow. It's too narrow to make the mass shooting work. Like, obviously there was some good chip damage going in, but I just don't think it's enough, really. And, yeah, we got some good value out of... I think the Black Coach would have done really well in the late game. Like, if you're able to remove all the threats to the Black Coach, which isn't... If your opponent only brings, like, 1 or 2 heavy cav units, it's not necessarily that hard. And we had a request for Dark Elf, so we can do some Dark Elf play. But, if you can remove the cavalry and at least some of the shooting, the Black Coach can really go ham. Hey, Sean. Glad to hear that you like my vids. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the support you guys have been giving the channel. The fact that we're even at 500 subs is pretty nuts for me. So, really do appreciate it. High elves again. Come on, folks. Something other than high elves. But it's all good. This is actually a matchup I really don't like from the Dark Elf perspective. I guess, I don't know. I just don't play it well. We could bring a Bloodrack Medusa for the hell of it, but Bloodrack Shrine. So I don't really know what units I want to bring here. This is a really match I'm not super fond of. We gotta bring Malice for the theme. It's only 10% off the melee defense. It's kind of not that good. Malice has a melee defense debuff, which could be useful. It's tempting. I might just run Malice. Maybe we'll. You know what? Let's do is screw effort. We'll do like a thematic build. We'll bring Malice. We'll bring Malice with a Cold One themed army. Because I'm thinking if we can really like hammer somebody's face in, like Lord of Shadows, I want to try some of the Lord of Shadows stuff out too. So maybe we can do like not Penurble Pendulum, Melkos Miasma. It's nice. I really want to get Occam's Mind Razor in here and get value out of that. Definitely want the Dark Star Cloak. It's already pricey, a pricey start here, so definitely less than ideal. But what can you do? And I'm tempted to bring Bolt Throwers just because. Excuse me, trying to counteract high elf shooting with your own skirmishing as well. I guess nowadays you get Scourge Runners. Is there a weird? Am I having a weird sound right now too? Give me a second. Let me see. I don't know if that makes it any better. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know. We'll try some. Yeah, we'll just go with like the Kitey McKitey pants. Maybe not Kitey McKitey pants build, but a nice high mobility build. And yeah, not take things too seriously. We'll bring some of these guys. We'll bring some bleak swords. We'll double up on Dread Spears. As you can see, I'm a pro elf player, so I totally know what I'm doing. Except for when I don't. So yeah, we'll make this happen. And if it doesn't happen, well, sucks to be me, I guess. I don't know. We're doing some thematics. Not sure what the tryhardiest build here would be. Yeah, I don't know why the mic is acting up. I'll have to check it out. Not entirely sure what I can really do. Might have to just get a new mic, to be honest. Maybe that. Maybe this one's just going. Ugh. We almost got equal-sized armies. This could be interesting. Now this army, if my opponent runs a lot of Phoenix Guard, this could be kind of ugly. But you know what? Who cares? It'll be fun. We'll throw these ladies in the back.
Brides of Cain.
Yeah, Brides of Cain. To be fair, with the Ravagers and the Scourge Runners, if my opponent brought a lot of like Phoenix Guard, we could probably chip them down, and that's definitely could help a decent amount. When that high elf DLC drops, we're probably gonna have flying bolt throwers, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, been before Mass Phoenix Guard. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Mass Phoenix Guard is like a very. It's popular in some matchups with good players, and I feel like it's a popular strat for a lot of new players. So there's a fairly high chance that you will have the misfortune of running into it.
At once, onwards to murder. Die, scum! Druki, forward! Going. Kill everything.
So we got a bolt thrower. That's not ideal. I really don't want. So the problem. So the one thing I absolutely actually hate about Cold One units is that they have terrible, and I mean terrible, HP pools per model. It's legitimately like the worst thing about these units.
Onward.
Look at them Daisy Dukes. Pro strats, folks.
Murder awaits. Forward.
I don't know why I'm getting a little bit of lag here. Ah, yes, there we go.
Advance, Druki. Blood for Cain. To destruction. Going.
Run, Forest, run. No, turn off your firewall. I really don't want you wasting your shots on Spearmen. There's a lot of micro. And I'm not even using my control groups, which, you know, that's pro strats, guys. That's how you know these are pro strats, when I'm not even actually properly microing. On the bright side, though, so because my opponent is so hell-bent on destroying my chariots, He's actually completely ignoring
Bleak sword.
my... we're going to swap some units out. We're going to get you guys back here. We're going to...
Forward.
Yeah, I'm starting to take some hits. Not ideal.
Going. Lord of the Hag. Marching. Bleak sword.
We're going to swing you guys over to here. We're going to get you guys into these bad boys. Get you into those bad boys. And we're going to screw up in true Wyvernly fashion. Toggle fire at will.
To destruction.
And
Druki, forward. Dread spears. Cold ones.
can we get you in here?
On to battle!
And can we just bog you guys down? That would be perfection at its finest. We can. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to pop our AoE debuff. We're going to pop an AoE Orphan's Wine. Oh my god! If the lag spikes are actually legitimately making this nightmare feel. Try to micro.
Advance! Moving out! Carnage awaits!
And we're gonna see if we can.
Setting forth!
We're gonna see if we can shut that bolt thrower down.
Understood.
Soulless to their graves. I will kill.
Onward! Shenlu! Striking out! Sarothan!
I'm not sure why these guys are not rampaging yet. They should definitely be rampaging by now. Unfortunately, my chariots are getting smushed. But look at that!
Forward!
Yeah, not sure why we're not able to get the rampage here.
Move!
Let's get the rear charge.
Feel the dark arts!
So,
Slay them.
obviously we're losing this infantry fight pretty hard.
Dealers in death.
No doubt about it. I think it's like impossible to, you know,
Chariots.
can we
We
pursue
understand.
these? I really don't want Dragon Princess coming back.
Outstanding. Slaughter them.
If we can get on this noble though, that would be
Tyrant of
ideal.
Battle. Onward. Battle calls. Kill them. Understood.
I don't really have magic I want to use. I could pop that.
Carnage.
Obviously, Alariel is going to be an absolute pain in the posterior. Pete doesn't.
With pleasure. Demon bound. Dread knights.
My power is yours! Seeking carnage!
It is done.
Are we just not able to break through spears? That's pretty depressing. They're not even chevron spears, I don't think. Like, so to be honest, I'm not entirely surprised, given that this is. But still, I'm not, you know, not thrilled. And let's get you debuffed. Make you a nice and juicy target. Over here, we're still run. So because the chariots are so quick, they're gonna be able to run those guys off. We're gonna get you guys in here. The Pure Main Company, of course, are just going to dominate. There's no doubt about it.
Dark sorceress.
I don't even know what these guys are doing. We're gonna try to pull you clowns out. I don't know if we killed that. No, is he just rampaging still? He is. Ew.
Dark blade.
Where's Malice? Like, what is Malice even fighting right now?
Suffering for
Rump him.
all. Bleak swords.
We're actually losing this pretty badly, but I'm.
Onward.
I don't know. With the chariots.
Cold-blooded killers. Dark blade. To their graves.
And I obviously have essentially what counts as a second wind. So even if they keep heal cap in here, can only get them so much. Are you serious? Did these clowns seriously come back? That's beyond frustration.
Sorceress of Brund!
Who's fast? Massacre.
Mothers of murder!
By Drakira.
sorceress of
I think
Bron.
those chariots were probably... That was probably a wasted effort there with the
They shall
chariots.
know fear.
Cold ones. Massacre them.
I thirst.
Dark blade. Suffering for all.
I don't know. Like they've got a lot of infantry left, which is really I still have
Blighted
obviously
one.
an entire second wind on.
Carnage.
On to battle.
The problem is I'm starting to run out of running out of bodies to throw into the grinder.
Without question.
Sorceress of Bron.
I'm gonna throw.
Aurea Sarius.
Going. Murder awaits.
Huh, you guys did come back.
Cold-blooded killers. Advance, Druki. They'll die. Immediately.
Striking out.
Destroy. Eager for battle. As you say. Slay them. The Widowmaker. I will kill. Blood of Cain, flee.
Okay.
Sorceress of Bron. For the king.
The world trembles. Die!
Defend of one.
The white wave!
So we can drop that.
Winds rise.
Power suck!
Oh my god. Can we actually pull something off here?
Sorceress of Grund. Advance.
Dark elves.
Soul Eater!
Senlu. Blood. Femme fatale.
Forward. At once.
Like these guys have hit their healing cap, so
Demon strides!
Chariots. By Cain.
Understood.
oh my god, no, don't. Oh god, I just kept trying to turn her away. She just would not turn away.
Moving out.
Dumb witch.
Come, Bailey.
Devour!
Oh, we got a rampage right here.
Bloody murder. Death.
This will be interesting. The problem, well,
Cold-blooded killers. Chariots.
Forward!
can I fight my way clear here?
I need no puffs!
Aurea, Aurea, Aurea.
I need to get in here. ASAP.
Annihilation! The world!
This poor guy just cannot. Oh my god.
As me! I
Get in there.
am Sarka! As Lakshai!
Die, weakling. Slash. Kill.
Crush them.
Slaughter them. Druki.
I am darkness!
So we got all of them routed. I don't even know what to think at this point. This match is such a mess. But
I am Sarka! Finally! For souls!
the problem is that my opponent is going to, I think, just kite me, which is kind of
Unstoppable!
I'm super not fond of.
Forward!
I can,
Chariots.
if I can,
Carnage awaits.
No escape!
the problem is he's just gonna kite me till,
Massacre them.
Death by chaos!
we're gonna,
Kill everything.
yeah, I lost him before I could even get the next.
Chariots.
So we actually got the route there.
Bullseye and aha.
Slay them. Druki, forward.
This is kind of, I don't even know, this is so haggard.
Magnificati! I will! Ready!
Battle ready! Bloody murder! Going by your command. Slash kill!
I've got no winds of magic left.
Cause is failing. Dealers in death.
Come on. All right, let's get you.
Going!
Chariots! Druki! Hack! Cut!
Setting forth!
Has failed us!
Destroy them!
Cold ones! Die, weaklings!
I don't even know. The balance of power is insanely in my
Eager for battle.
opponent's favor right now.
Terror and death!
But it's all because of Alariel, and I don't think she has any winds of magic really to her name.
Chariots!
Sister of the Dark Convent!
Get on her.
End them! No survivors!
Sorceress of Grund! Punishing them! On to battle!
Our cause has
Forward!
No.
Withdraw!
That was actually kind of frustrating because I'm not sure my opponent could have scraped that one out if it wasn't for army losses. That was... I can't spell. That was actually kind of frustrating. Like, it was a good match, but I felt like maybe I would have been able to actually scrape that one out. I don't think, honestly, I don't think Valis is meta or anything. I think it's just fun. That was frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. There was definitely some stuff I could have done better. The Occam's Mind Razor combo with the Cav in the early game was pretty good, I think. I just completely sacrificed the infantry game. I didn't manage to get on top of Lariel, so that was really annoying. Oh, well. What can you do? Yeah, I'm sorry if it's slideshow mode. I don't know if my interwebs being... everything in the background should be dead, so... I don't know if it's my upload being crummy, or... anything else? But yeah. That was an insane match. I thought we could scrape it out. Malice bounced things back, actually, but because he just deleted a huge chunk of their infantry. 170 kills against the High Elf army is no joke. But, what can you do? We'll see if we can get a match. Unfortunately, it's been tough, like, getting consistent Total War content out nowadays, because between trying to get some games in on the patched version and trying to play some stuff on, on the non-patched version, kind of having to bounce back and forth has been anything but convenient. Ever Chosen, oh man, and he's playing as Bretonia. He probably not Beast. That's no Beastman DLC. That makes sense. But he's not playing as the Ever Chosen. Like, how can you do that? You can't. You're not allowed to do that. We're gonna do Tomb Kings because Tomb Kings had a bunch of changes. I don't think I've actually put up any games with them to really showcase the changes, and I kind of want to at least show off a few of them. Sepulchral Stalkers, especially, they now have Stalk, so you know they actually meet the description. And we're gonna try some Sepulchral Stalker. Is there MMR in this game? There is not, unfortunately. As far as I'm aware, you can get thrown in against the very best of players. You can get thrown against the very worst of players. You can get thrown in against someone in the middle like me. It really depends. Like I remember when I was first starting out, it was actually pretty darn discouraging because I obviously wasn't very good at the game. I'd been following the meta and I had been watching Turin and Air of Carthage and them, so I had an idea of what to do. But like, I was not very good at the game at all, and it was tough. It was definitely not. We're gonna do a snake themed build. We're gonna do Kalita. We're not gonna take ourselves too seriously here. We're gonna take Kalita. We're gonna take some Sepulchral Stalkers, sneaky snakes. But yeah, it was pretty discouraging early on when I got thrown in against much better players, and unfortunately, I just don't think the player pool is there. But it's kind of a obviously it's kind of a self-perpetuating problem because on one hand, the player pool's not there, but obviously when you're a new player and you get thrown in against someone who's way better than you, in turn you don't really want to play multiplayer, and end result is a constant stream of just not really wanting to play. Unfortunately, I think that is just how it is. Actually, should I do light or? Debating. Want to do light or Nakar? Kind of want to bring snaky boys, but they're bringing snakes without a necrotect is, in my opinion, a big mistake. Maybe it's just me, but I really do feel like that's a poor decision. So, I'm gonna bring some Tomb Guard, maybe. I don't know. Dark Elf infantry. It's a little tough to gauge. You can get some really bad fights against Dark Elf infantry. Like if they throw you in like Sister Slaughter or Blackguard against you, then a lot of the better stuff doesn't hold up. But if you, at the same time, if you bring Tomb Guard and Kepler Guard and whatnot, you can just annihilate the cheaper Dark Elf troops pretty effectively. Maybe it's Naghorn Horse. I don't know. Need to generate some width for sure. That's not really up for debate. We could bring a Tomb Prince. Actually, what I could do... Really knock him out. Thank you, finally. And then... items. Blade of Satep is always a nice one, though. Yeah, we'll scrap the Ushapti Great Bows. We'll go with a... not a full archery cheese build, but we'll bring some archers. We'll try to make it work. And then we'll cut some Tomb Guard and make way for some Skelly Boys. Yeah, we'll try that. Try something a little wonky. One of the reasons I started doing the tier lists, actually, and part of the reason I often... Those tier lists are longer. I know people have mentioned that the tier lists could be a lot shorter in duration, because obviously I go over like an hour over each roster. But one of the reasons I actually go so long over those rosters is that I like to break down what matchups a lord might be competitive in, or what some of the reasons for using certain units can be. Because I feel like that it's one of the things that... And it's hard to learn. At least I had big issues learning that. Like, figuring out what... Like, someone can say so-and-so lord is good, and yeah, it might be true in a lot of matchups, but obviously in Total War, there's just Total War Warhammer, there's just so many matchups, and it's really hard to, in my opinion, at least, adjust and run the, figure out what the appropriate choice is. And I also think it's I also like to sort of explain things, because then people can pitch their own thoughts and opinions there on why if certain units are actually better or worse than I make them out to be. Cause I have learned some pretty useful lessons about what units are capable of what that I never considered really previously. So wow, that is quite the troop count. Definitely feeling inspired here. 666 enemy Dark Elves seems pretty appropriate for faction like that. We'll see. We'll see how they perform here. We do have some Tomb Guard to anchor the line. We do have the Kepler Guard, of course, who have their bonus versus infantry nowadays. So they're worse against, I think, in general, but they're better against infantry specifically now, which is kind of nice. So I think their weapon strength used to be 47. I feel bad. I didn't give him the GLHF. Feels bad, man. I wish I had. Try to be polite, and sometimes I just am not. But oh well. I think it's sorry. He's only got 666 troops. But all right, that's interesting. Okay. So we got Scourge Runners. Scourge Runners are really strong, so that's not surprising. A Charybdis. This, I think, is a... So I've run a Charybdis. I know some of you guys who've been watching the channel for a long time might have seen me run the Charybdis against Doom Kings. But honestly, this is not a matchup where I would... Like, if there's a matchup where I don't think you should run the Charybdis, it's probably this. This is definitely one of them. Not the only one, of course. But,
My command!
are we gonna be... Of course we're gonna be facing... Like... Watch. You guys need to back the hell away. Where's Kalita? 'Cause I'm not paying good attention here at all.
This is well.
Is this... Well, I guess it's working, but... Can we get... I don't know why I've been lagging so bad, because normally my internet, like, my internet's like this bad. So we got... Alright, we got a Flock of Doom going down, so we can counteract that with a Ankyl's Knapai, and that. There we go. And there's the summon, of course. That was to be expected. We got Blackguard, which is a pain in the rear. Charybdis, let's knock that stuff out. And let's knock that Charybdis out. I don't know where...
Kill them!
And I completely forgot to use my Venom Staff, which, huge misplay there, just saying. You definitely do want to use your Venom Staff if possible. What is this lag though? Holy guacamole. And the Tomb Guard just running away from the actual, like, where they need to be. So now that's really frustrating. Charybdis is gonna work. That guy's, okay, that guy's a goner. So, oh, that's really bad. There we go. Wyvern saying no words on the screen. We're gonna fire this on the Charybdis because the Charybdis is actually kind of like dead center in that formation. We really need to try to get these guys away from the Witch Elves. Those Witch Elves are such a pain in the rear. I'm not gonna be able to see. Yeah, the Witch Elves are just outrunning me. That's... What can you do?
Forward! This is well!
We're gonna net hurt. And hopefully be able to get in there. This is just nuts. Where's Kalita? You get in here. I don't even know what this guy's doing. This lag though, alright, we got a Shopti at least, so we can use those to... we could actually use those to shut down these very annoying Shades. Because the Shades will do work against anything they get their filthy paws on. This is really... Another summon. I know it. Biggest pain in the rear in the game.
Die! My will!
It's okay. We got a Shopti on these guys, on the Shades. Unfortunately...
Charge!
Oh, there were Dark Riders camping out there? Yeah, that's annoying. Unfortunately, all my none of my stuff is cooperating here. None of my archers want to run. The Mass Rampage is like really messed with everything. The Shopti here can just do work. They'll bomb these guys down. I really need to get my Tomb Prince out of there, though. Shades are coming back. I don't know what this like person's playing on. I'm sorry to say, it's very light. And the Tomb Prince rampages. That is actually a disaster.
Warrior Queen.
Moving.
Yeah, I don't know what this... Alright, that should hopefully break the witches, and with that we can get on the stupid Charybdis. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is actually incredibly frustrating. I can imagine it's not fun to watch either. That's the big problem with, of course, playing on. But Tomb Prince is still rampaging in a pocket of spears and just refuses to unrampage.
I am vengeance.
Good.
Can we get out of there?
Traversing. Onwards, legions.
Charge. We march.
And this guy rampaged again. That is not a winning situation. That's for sure.
Queen of Asps.
Great. And
Realm
you're
of
okay.
souls. Move.
The worst part about this is that, like, one of the problems with, like, so my opponent's got a pretty high micro army, and it's kind of annoying when you end up
Legions forward.
in a situation like this
Traversing.
where you really can't counter them
Agreed.
because he's got all the time in the world to play around because he's like mad.
Onwards, legions.
But one of the prime, what should be one of the prime benefits really of a relatively low micro army, kind of lost to get out.
Charge.
Animus.
That's whatever.
Legions forward.
Legions forward.
Reagan Shades.
Degrees. Move. My way. Kill them.
If we can get rid of the Blackguard, that would be big blow.
Go.
Tomb Prince. Forward.
Can I get anything here? Oh my god. There we go.
Yes. Ledge priest.
Kalida. Yes.
Tomb Prince.
Asaf demands. Asaf calls. Charge. Animus. The queen moves.
This game genuinely wants me not makes me want to not play Quick Match tonight. This is just awful playing against this garbage. Against this sort of garbage level of lag.
My orders. Onwards, legions!
I obey! I move! Traversing! I tire of this! This way!
So be it!
Ooh.
Obey! Move!
Move, slaves! Onwards, legions! Fight!
High Queen Khalida!
Alright, at least the sorcerer's shattered.
Serve me! Legions, forward! Immediately!
Black Prince! The dead do not rest!
That was a
Asaf wills it!
that was a decent connection, but no, I don't think any of the explosions really went where I needed them to. Like I needed that to hit the shades, and instead of getting any connections on the shades. Yeah, that's gonna be a loss, and I'm genuinely tilted about it.
Move!
This is a person I need to remember to not play against, because this is an impossible degree of lag. That's that was genuinely just a mess. This is I honestly should have just quit out of that one before I even playing it. I'm sorry, but trying to play, especially like this guy, just I don't know what he's playing on to get such bad lag, but that is just not not something I want to deal with. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's just so far away. It might sound harsh, but yeah, it doesn't make for good entertainment. It doesn't make for a fun or really competitive game. So. Oh, this map again. Excavation site. Oh. Excuse me. Alright. What we gonna play? Anybody got any suggestions on what faction they'd like to see? If anyone has any preferences, be sure to let me know. Right now my opponent's locked in as Bretonia. I don't know if he's waiting for me to pick something, but it feels like he can counterpick. Yeah, we might do Beastmen. Maybe some Snitch. That's true. We could do some Snitch. Let's see if we can find it. All right, Skaven against Bretonia. The problem with Bretonia is that I can't really. Snitch isn't necessarily unusable against Bretonia, but bring the thematic units against Bretonia is definitely gonna be a little bit tough. Let's see, Warp Grinders, maybe Warp Grinders. They're not terrible. Hey Giovanni, good to see you. And I don't know, we could do like Warp Lightning Cannons, but it's a very, very compact map, which is kind of not great. I mean, it makes me not really want. Well, This only affects lords, and it kind of sucks. I'm thinking I might actually just do like a close quarters build, and just try to knock my opponent out that way. Might bring like some warp grinders, bring the council guard, sword and board vermin. We'll bring an Eshin sorcerer because why not? Alright, concealing bombs are free, so might as well bring them. Skitterleap, not really feeling it. I do want brittle bones. I guess we could bring Skitterleap, maybe try to keep on top of an enemy target if you need to. Armor of Darkness is cheap. Veil of Shadows. We'll try this, maybe. I don't know. I'm not the most well-versed in items for this guy. And let's see. We could bring a Hellpit Abomination. And maybe some Clan Rat Spears. We could get the Eshin Triad, the Ixchis Triads. Unfortunately, we can enhance the army with by getting some Skaven Slaves. Throw in some Rat Ogres for good measure. The big problem here would be masses of Bretonnian infantry. Screw it. We're going to risk it. I don't think this is the most competitive of builds, but I do think that against most of the standard Bretonnian fare, it should do okay. The one thing it could do pretty badly against is my opponent just spams like archers and knights, like cheap knights, like Knights of the Realm and Knights Errant. Because I didn't bring any Doomwheel or any Doom Flares to compromise the backline or tear out infantry. We're about to see like a 1,200 man Bretonnian army probably, now that I've jinxed it. On the bright side though, the Poison Wind Globes are a lot better against infantry than they were, so that could make life significantly better. Yep. Well, I'm not thrilled to be right. It's a janky build. We're not here to play Super Serial.
What orders? For the Vermintide! Spears! What? Storm vermin! Clanrat spears! For the Vermintide!
Obviously, you don't want to nuke your own Stormman with Poison Wind Globe. That would be a massive misplay. Like, catastrophic misplay, really. That's one of the big downsides to the new and improved or changed, I should say. Maybe I should have brought summons, actually, for that, now that I think about it. But, you know what? Can't get myself too torn up over that. We got some snares here. We got a wonderful front line of top quality infantry. And
sneak magic here. What? Rick-a-rock!
It'll be interesting. Maybe we can warp grind some fools. Pull these guys back to here. Hopefully we won't be playing on like 2 frames a second. And let's do it. We do have the Council Guard, which is kind of nice. The Council Guard being unbreakable and having passable stats for Skaven. Always a good unit to have. Curious to see. I feel like every time I use Ixchis Triads, I don't make proper use of the Doppelgang. So I end up kind of wasting the entire purpose of that unit.
Escape as slaves!
Help abomination is so disgusting. It's still one of like, in my opinion, one of the best designs in the game. Looks amazing. I'm not like a huge fan of the aesthetic or anything, but it's such an awesome design. Okay.
We obey.
So unfortunately I was correct, and that's a lot of peasants. We got Louis, we got Knights of the Realm, we got Foot Squires, Spearmen at Arms, all sorts of undesirable individuals. We can pop our concealment bombs. You can pop concealment bombs. You can pop concealment bombs, so we can at least hopefully sneak up a bit. Land rat spears. That is just God, that's disgusting. We gotta try to. We'll run it. You know what? We're gonna run in. Yeah, not much I can do about that. These guys are just gonna get melted before they ever get into range. But oh, beast summon. That's fun. Get that on top of them. We'll shut those guys down, hopefully. Oh, this is just bad. And this is very bad.
Move, move! Now! Ready now!
You guys, the archery fire is just gonna make this nightmare fuel.
Guide us, Horned One. Death Master Snitch.
That's a lot of knights.
Now, move! Scampering! What? Now, ready. Great, yes! Good. Death stab! Death Master Snitch! Snitch eager! It ends! Blood!
So we're gassing the hell out of those guys, whatever that's worth. Beating up on Lewin. Unfortunately, Ancient's Triads have completely snapped. Stormwind though, just pushing through.
Death Master Snitch. For the Vermintide. Ugly weak. Clanrat spears. Hasten, hurry. Yes.
If we can actually, so ideally here, if we can.
Guide us, Horned One. Death Master Snitch. Avoid spelling, Master. Good, Master. On, lads. Council's command. And Snitch goes.
Rails? I didn't realize those were rails.
Council's command.
Shows what a good player I am.
Death Master
Snitch needs to get his butt out of there.
As order said.
Concealment bombs and run, wuss. Lewin can no longer regen, which is a huge win, actually. Being able to deny Lewin his regen. Oh my god, look at those grails. So my opponent didn't invest. So one of the things my opponent did not invest in, and might actually help me a huge amount here, is the fact that he did not invest in, my opponent did not actually invest
Deathmaster Snitch.
in. Oh, okay, these guys are just... Oh, that's the companion from Elder. We didn't invest in healing. Be able to... He's got a bunch of archers, but we're going to be able to reform ranks here. We're going to be able to get some...
Yes, Master Lord.
I,
Globadiers.
and of course...
Make decay. I don't move.
Good, Master. Attack! Charge! We obey.
Deathmaster Snitch.
So we're actually melting those guys down pretty quick. They're not holding up very well at all. We can pop this on the help it. The fact that my opponent has so much non-AP stuff could actually... What are we dragging down here? I don't even know what we're fighting. Spearmen at arms.
Agreed. Yes, yes.
Those are such a pain in the rear. Get in there, Snitch.
Deathmaster.
For the vermin.
Poison Wind Globes, though, as you can see here, Poison Wind Globes can do work. They are.
Deathmaster Snitch.
I definitely got it.
I will. Sneak magic here.
We're actually going to pop that. The reason being that it gives us, it basically gives a map-wide poison debuff, which could be huge. Unfortunately, we do have those Knights of the Realm who are still very much alive. Now, the Helpit Abomination is in some very good shape. We can. I got to try to interdict these rails. One of the big problems right now is that Louis is in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna completely rout those guys. Unfortunately for my opponent, he can no longer get any summons off, which is a big win. We really need to get rid of these Spearmen at Arms, though. Regroup. I've got a bunch of units on the periphery that are just way out of it, and that's actually a huge misplace there on my part. Like these extra strides, holy heck, they could have been saving my bacon right now, and they're not because I'm bad. But we are gonna rally. We're gonna regroup. We're gonna go for a second run. And I think we got this one in the bag, guys. Because unless my opponent snipes out Snitch, even if he snipes out Snitch, honestly, at this point there's too much, I think. You guys intercept the rails. Ixus Triads can hopefully sneak around the flank here. I wish I had some sort of snare, but, you know, you can't get everything you want. The breasts are definitely not where they want to be in life right now, I think. Companions of Canal coming in on 4 models. I love it. I love their optimism, their courage. And, like, even look at that volley. Even a tiny amount of damage there is doing, you know, 200, 300 damage, and it's not even a full volley at that. And we're just really melting those units down. Unfortunately, this is way too much of a clump. I need to spread out. There are some rallying archers with, like, 1 unit. My opponent, if he tries to push in, with, I really need to engage. I can't sit here and just get beaten in the face. We're gonna cast this on these boys.
Good spell. Good.
Faster, scurry.
Blade sharpened. Death make comes. Kill.
We got a snare on him. Which is,
Back underground. Blades, move, scurry. Time.
we get extra strides on these guys to try. Do we snipe Lewin? Nice. Okay. All right. Clean up in aisle 9. Let's go. Oh. I didn't even say the last one. Oh, well, whatever. We missed. It's okay. Missing a savior in there isn't the end of the world. Snitch, yeah, that Snitch there melted Lewin, and with the snare, Lewin just couldn't get the hell away. He wanted to get out. New Poison Wind Globes are definitely not bad. I think I struggle to like make a decision on them because on one hand, I absolutely love the poison mechanic. On the other hand, the fact that they are a lot worse against single entities now, and fairly worse against monstrous infantry, is a counterpoint for me. So I don't know, but I do think they're a fun unit for sure. As for the fire arrows, so fire arrows are actually not terribly. If you have like a handful of points left over, you just have a little gold left over, and you're not. I don't know how many fire arrows there you brought. I wasn't. Most of them was fire arrows. That was kind of surprising, but fire arrows do more damage than generic arrows, up to like 100 armor, and up to like 40 or 50. It actually makes a pretty significant difference in how fast you can kill units. Like people don't realize it, I think, but for example, fire versus normal arrows. Fire arrows take an entire volley less to kill a model from Sisters of Avalon. So that's one of the big reasons, in my opinion, why you might want to bring fire arrows, because it can cut down time to kill on lightly armored units. And there's other units where, and you can test it on other units or run the math on other units, but yeah, the fact that fire arrows don't have as much AP doesn't really matter. They've got much higher damage per shot. So if you're expecting a lot of light armor, it's a good idea, or decent idea. I think it's Skaven, it's not bad because you face rat ogres, you face hell pit abominations, as you mentioned. Of course, you do even have regen. Nowadays you face plague monks as well. You face like Ixis triads and all sorts of death runner shenanigans and whatnot. And against all of these lightly armored units, fire arrows do way better. So, and they still do well against, or as well as normal arrows do, or better really, against stuff like the warp grinders, things like that. I think so, yeah, that was a pretty fun game. I thought it was going to be terrible at first because my opponent really had numbers, but in the end, poor Louis diving in and getting caught by Snitch was really not muy bien. Oh, it's Yumi's. Should we do dwarf on dwarf violence? Not sure what matchup to do here. I don't like fighting against dwarves. Not gonna lie. You know what? Yumi's is a dwarf bane, and he's a really rather good player. So I'm kind of curious. I want to test out my Lizardman strat against him, see how it works, and or rather maybe it doesn't. It'll be an interesting experiment. I've got it's not a fancy Lizardman strat, so some of you guys may not be impressed. You might not be entertained, but it is a strat I've been wanting to test out. I actually ran it when I did some friendly games with Indy, and it actually worked out. So we can. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring double skink chiefs, and we're gonna strip them down because we don't need fancy schmancy slippery. That's sort of losers. We need Arcane Conduit, of course. We want Amber Spear because Amber Spear is awesome. And we want Pan's Impenetrable Belt gone. Flock of Doom gone. Wisps Wild Form can stick around. We really want a swarm. We're gonna get some red crested skinks and in here, and normal skinks in there. I need to find what else I could cut. Decisions. Something here has to be. Well, I want an extra unit of skinks in there. You know what? Instead of getting extra units of skinks in there, we're just going to get some skink codes with javelins. Not the worst idea. It gives you some extra zoning against gyros, which is really what that's all about. And yeah. So let's see how it goes. Rapunzel, yeah, I might do Rapunzel next game. Rapunzel's all right. I've actually played her quite a bit lately. And I actually have videos of campaign to put up with her as well. But I've been playing Rapunzel a good bit. she's interesting. She shakes things up for sure. Really strong against dwarves, in my opinion, or strong by Bretonnian standards. It's a little tough, unfortunately, that matchup. Ooh. I think he's probably tabbed out. He's probably not paying attention. It's okay. He'll see it once the loading screen hits. I really hope Dwarves get a significant revamp of some sort. Like, the faction right now is very unpleasant to play as and against, in my opinion, because they're very one-dimensional still. And I really wish, and it's kind of a endless cycle of brokenness, I feel, because on one hand they've got units that are just underpriced and overperforming, and because those units are underpriced and overperforming, see, it won't buff the units that need to be more competitive to make other builds viable, and it's just like an endless cycle. So this is going to be interesting. He's only got 620 units, which is actually really low. I was expecting a super wide Dowie build. We're going with a super low intellectual. We're just going super wide, and as he might be bringing gyrocopters, which they're not good for skinks. That's for sure. But they can't stick around. One of the nice things about countering gyros is that they cannot stick around for very long in the face of skink chiefs. Skink chiefs actually deal with them pretty effectively, in my experience. You don't want to get your. I don't know how it would go if your opponent actually like tried to shoot it out with some skink chiefs, but getting a little bit of blank here, but not as terrible as before. So hopefully it stays decent. Should be fun. Oh yeah, I should probably just install it. I'm ready. We're just gonna hit him with the Lizard's Tide. We got Saurus, we got Temple Guard. How could this go wrong? Temple Guard, by the way, are still a very solid pick in this matchup, in my opinion. Despite their... They've gotten some slight nerfs. I believe they lost some melee attack or defense in a somewhat recent patch. They're still a very potent unit against the Dawi, because they can just... Yep, it's gyros. Alright, we got Brimstone, 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 and you wouldn't believe it, another Brimstone. So, this is gonna be interesting. I'm hoping not to let him get some free shots. We got cannons, so that's not fun. This is just going to be very unfun. Not going to lie, folks. Because... This is just all sorts of frustrating. Because you can't really dodge, and now he's shooting me with a cannon. Fudge. This is all sorts of frustration. You guys need to just run. I'm not going to pretend this is even vaguely fun for me. Now we're gonna get bombed, which is all sorts of unfun. I thoroughly hate gyrocopters. And apparently I'm still getting sniped somehow. I don't even know. I'm still in range of those scumbags. That's game, I'm pretty sure. Not gonna lie, it was very disappointing. This is why I hate fighting against dwarves. I'm not gonna pretend it's anything else. Whatever. No point in getting salty. It's a cancerous match. Man, I honestly shouldn't have played it. Should have just done it on fire. What can you do? Yeah, this strat was just disgusting. Honestly, this match is just revoltingly bad for the lizards. And honestly, I probably should have brought a Slan of Life, and that would probably put me in a stronger position. But because the Slan of Life, while not necessarily the Slan of Life is not necessarily the best thing ever against. Yeah, dwarves just light with their gyro spam. And there's very little you can do against it as lizardmen because none of your stuff's fast enough to really counter it. We'll be able to beat down Felix, but Felix is just gonna heal. That's very surprisingly, we're still in this. Like, the balance of power is still dead even, and I think part of the reason is that I still do have these two King Chiefs, and if Yumi's doesn't shut them down, they are actually going to snipe their way into his heart at this rate. Temple Guard here doing some work. We popped him with a cold-blooded, and we actually got Felix isolated, which is a big win. I want to disengage here. I definitely don't want to get plastered by annoying gyros. So we got a bunch of routes going on, which is... It's nothing to sneeze at. Longbeard's over there. We want to keep Felix isolated from his... we want to keep Felix isolated. And I think the Broomstones are actually going to run out of ammo before they can really deal with these Skinks. And the Skinks are tiny. Honestly, maybe what I should be doing is bring my Lord on a... what I should be doing is bring my Lord on a... Alright, that's Dwarf Warriors. So we're gonna try to run down all these fleeing units. Remove them from play. Temple Guard here should be able to win against the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass eventually. Felix is slowly but surely going down despite his innate healing. And who's this? Rune Lord? I'm not surprised. Rune Lord and Growtrek, but we'll still have a decent chunk of ammo. We still got 40 ammo, you know? Not bad. If we win this, I'm going to be kind of shocked. I don't necessarily have to fight those guys. We just have to bog the... I should be popping this. I'm not sure why I'm not. Now, good luck. Yeah, keep sniping me. Go ahead. Just waste your ammo. We should be able to run off some of these units. Cannon's gone. I want to bring down these longbeards. If I can get rid of the longbeards, then I can just kite away from Gotrek. Let's get in on these dwarf warriors. The gyros are actually running away. I think he's realized that, well, maybe he's just going for bombing runs. Haha. Felix's infinite heal is just such a blight. I hate it. It's because he's just going to be able to heal all these guys back up. I really need to get rid of Felix, and I was trying to keep him isolated so he couldn't get the heals off. At least the red-crested skinks are doing something. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to rid myself of that trio, and unfortunately, there's just nothing you can do about it. And the gyros are just going to keep being a blight upon this fair, scaly earth. I'm going to pull away the Saurus and just try to bog these guys down in the skinks because I don't feel like wasting all my effort. I really should have brought a on-foot 10-in-1. If I can wipe out these longbeards, run down the stragglers, and I need to turn your guys' fire at will off because I need to save some ammo. Oh, cannon's shattered. That's a win. So we managed to remove a bunch of units from play. Unfortunately, these gyros are just... what are these? Dwarf warriors. I'm gonna see if I can get Pacha. Like, that's disgusting. Look at Felix already back up to 1500 HP. But I'm not letting Felix get away. I'm gonna try to kill him. How much? 24 shots.
This will be a grudge.
He played the sniping game. We're gonna play the sniping game. He wants to play that game. Yeah. Come here. Come here. I'm sorry, Yumis. I'm not giving you this. Not this easily. Temple Guard shattering. He's trying to get Felix in there because if he can still get his healing cap in, this is gonna be all sorts of tragedy for me. Let's see if we can. Master of Wrath and Ruin almost broken. Come on, get off there. Nope. I don't know why it's lagging so bad all of a sudden. Even that, if anything, it should be like, if there's any lag, it should be lessened by now. Oh my god, F these gyrocopters. I hate them. Oh my god, will you guys never engage? Get in there. Oh my god. Alright, I need... Oh my god. Friggin' Felix will just not break. Break! Oh... You guys do not know how much this fills me with, like, pure rage. Watching Felix just traipsing around and refusing to ride. Yeah, no, 178. Yeah. Forget it. Nah, he's not routing. He's not in the mood. Oh, now he routes. Thank you. Finally. Freaking ridiculous. Now I just gotta be careful not the. Alright, well, Felix is finally a goner. So let's get everyone swarming these damn dwarf warriors. Oh my god. Leave me alone. And the gyros are just gonna keep cycle charging me. This is gonna be. Oh my god. Yeah, this entire strat is kind of scummy, but I love how this... Yeah, I'm not actually able to pin the gyros down at all. I don't have the ammo to really shoot them down. If I waste all my ammo on the gyros, I actually should probably just turn this off, because if I run out of ammo, I'm gonna have nothing to kill Ghostrike with. The gyros are just such a pain in the rear. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fall back here. I'm gonna try to. This is disgusting. Turn off your... Like, look at this gyro. It just literally plows through, and nothing is slowing down. At least... And we even whiff. Oh my god. Oh my god, no, 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 I cannot afford to lose this thing. Run! Run! Run, you little... No, this might be the disaster that breaks my back. Like, I don't have anything to... I don't think I have anything to stop those gyros. He's just gonna run shop on me with ridiculous gyro cycle charging. Like, I can't little goat trick down this much HP. Like, this poor guy's gonna die soon. Ah, I hate gyros. This match has made me hate gyros more than I think I've ever hated them. Oh my god! So because the gyros keep swooping in and out, I'm not actually able to. I'm actually not able to screen with the skinks, and they're. These are routed them, but it just and I can't do anything. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to. They're just gonna snipe him with different gyrocopters. So this game has been absolute blight upon my soul. If I could get this guy back, I might have a chance, because he's got 32 HP. If I could get him back, I could still snipe down Ghostrike probably, and that could actually be all I need to. You know what? Because you can't do shit. Let's see if I can cycle charge. I need to see if I can screen this guy. What are my chances of dying that boy? Come on, come on, come back to me. Now the gyros are just gonna hover over him, and because what rallied? There's units rallying like way far out. Oh, they finally killed him. I'm trying to cycle charge Gotrek, but I just don't know. Because plus, he still has his trait, so potentially he could, like, depending on RNG right now, I might win this. And it's actually, like, I kid you not, guys, it's legitimately up to RNGesus right now. If he gets his burst of healing, we lose this match. If he does not get his burst of healing, we win, I think. Nope. Eh. There's our answer. God forbid we get decent. Yeah, that is. I don't. 1600 HP. Like I can cycle charge him, but he's gonna be walloping me every time. 1100. I hate Gotra. At least Yumi's hasn't noticed those. I don't know. He might be keeping those laundries out of the fight intentionally. If we can. Oh, yeah. If I can bring Gotrek down, that would be. But there go my. Yeah, I'm not able to bring Gotrek down. I think we legitimately just lost this to RNG. If he hadn't this situation, if he hadn't gotten that heal off, we would have actually failed on this. Incredibly frustrating. At this point, there's just no chance. All I got left is skanks, even though I do have the fancy cohort with unbreakable and all that. I just don't see them being able to bring Gotrek down. Yeah, it was insane. I can't pretend it was hugely amusing though. It was a pretty miserable game. I really should have brought 10-1 on foot. I actually didn't consider it. I thought it would be dumb, but honestly, in hindsight, I really should have. We're gonna get refused to die in a second. But we're not gonna be able to bring Gotrek down. We're not gonna be able to bring anything down here. So, there's too much HP around. I don't know. I think maybe bringing some chameleon skinks or maybe even skink skirmishers would probably be a decent idea. Like you can't really. I can't bring any of these units down at this point. I've only got 28 models. Yeah, he's polite, but I'm still not. I'm still salty. I can't pretend this was a fun engagement. It just isn't when you're stuck getting kited and dealing with that ball. I guess like a more classic Lizardman army would be to bring like a death ball of single entities and try to counter that. Legitimately, I actually think if RNG hadn't kicked in here for Gotrek, we would have probably won this one out. I think, but unfortunately, it did not. So RNG was not on our side. That's gonna be it. Oof, that was an insane game. I should have just kited away with the unbreakable units at the end, but that would have been so. Oh well. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said that was pleasant. I think we will try to do one more, and then I'm probably going to call it a night. I really want to try to stream more, but maybe I'll. So, because we're about to close, how would you guys feel if I started trying to make Sunday night streams like this more often? I'd probably kick them off at like 8:30 Eastern and go through. It probably wouldn't be the longest thing ever, 2 to 3 hours probably. Right now I'm just kind of burned out from work, but Would that be something you guys... It was an insanely long game. Yeah, it's like killing my brain. But, it was 18 minutes. Like, Yumi's is a really good dwarf player. He's legitimately like one of the top, if not the top dwarf player out there. So it's not... He's really good. And by the way, guys, completely like off topic here, but if you're looking for a guide on how to... we'll do Bretonnian. We'll actually bring response against Vampire Coast. But if you're looking for a guide on how to play dwarves, and what are good builds for the dwarves to bring in different matchups, Yumi's has an entire guide dedicated to that stuff, and there's some really, really good advice in there. So I would definitely recommend checking it out and seeing what he's got to recommend there. Because while I was griping this entire match, and it wasn't necessarily the most pleasant thing, he is a guy who knows his stuff when it comes to the Dawi, and definitely was checking it. What's the cycle charge rule in tournaments, by the way? So in tournaments, if all that's left is I think it's only one single entity, you're not allowed to cycle charge. Anything else is fair game. So if you've got, a lord tying down your opponent, and you've got a single entity backing him up, you can cycle charge with that. Well, we're going to kid her out all the way. We're going to beat down some Hellspawn here. I'm actually kind of tempted. You know what? We might do Felix. Kind of want to do Felix and Gotrek on tower, but that would be kind of a weak pick, I think. Like Felix. My opponent brings Depth Guard. He could be useful, but we don't need Felix. We'll bring. But yeah, you're allowed to cycle charge in tournaments. Perfectly, like what Yumi's was doing to me right now would have been perfectly legal. The only exception is if it's a single entity and it's the last, I think, unit on the field. So you can't just cycle charge a dragon or an eagle, which would be really abusive. You can't cycle charge with a Shaggoth, for example, or that sort of thing. But everything else is fair game. We're probably gonna bring. I don't like Lore of Life in this match though. It's not that good. Their opponent's is 3,600 HP though. We can play smart and be okay. Maybe we'll do Lore of Life. Or the lady was definitely not getting kept on. Flesh to Stone is okay. If my opponent actually goes with Depth Guard, this could be a decent counter. But Regrowth, not really worth it. Awakening of the Wood is nice. Dwelling Below is okay, but very costly. Get a Power Stone. So I like Royal Hippogriffs in this matchup as a sort of clutch unit. If your opponent decides to go super heavy on like monsters and monster play, we'll throw in some more Battle Pilgrims, maybe. Just maybe some Spearmen-at-Arms. Maybe Paladin. Actually, you know what? We're gonna swap. We're actually going to run Chevaliers de Lyonesse, and we're going to run Reponse. But I actually want Henry Massif. So I'm not gonna put him on a hip. Well, we'll put him on a hip. going all in here. We might not bring Charm Shield. Thames of Life. This will probably be the last one, so might as well go in and have fun. 12 Blow. Blah. There we go. Some delicious peasant bows. And Spearmen-at-Arms to flesh things out, I suppose. Maybe some peasants. So we can never have enough peasants. But yeah, I think that'll be Gucci. We'll be fine. Did I put him on a Hippogriff? Whatever. Yeah, we'll keep him on a Hippogriff. So let's do it. So so for tournament rules, and honestly, I'm not the best person to ask for these because I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but. It is large army size in most tournaments. Now, obviously, there are tournaments that are exceptions, but it is large army size. And the funds are the usual 12,400. There's no difference there. The unit limitations, so the ones that CA implemented recently are similar to the tournament rules, but not quite the same. and I should also mention there are different types of tournament rules. There is a sort of the Warhammer Cup's sort of the standardized one that most people use, but not everybody goes by those, as far as I'm aware. And so sometimes you will see people reference different rule types, and some tournaments might have different rules. And sometimes it's just a tournament-specific thing because they're going for a specific theme or some sort of meme aim or whatever. It's not meant to be the most serious thing. Obviously, there's the tabletop tournaments, that sort of thing. But yeah, 12,400 gold, large army size. For large armies or large unit size. Yeah, it'll depend on who's running the tourney. The standard is Warhammer Cup, which is usually the tournament rules I'm referencing. Where you can have only one of each spell. You're not allowed more than one snare. You're not allowed more than 2 casters, which includes runesmiths and I believe warrior priests nowadays. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a few specific rules like that.
Battle pilgrims!
There's actually there should be a link. I'll post it up after this battle. Before I log off for the night, I'll post it up in the chat before we head out, for you guys, so you can check out the rules, and see what that's all about. Maybe also a link to there's a few different Discords for tournaments and multiplayer and whatnot. I definitely recommend checking those out if you have not already. Might leave. I'll try to leave a link to those as well. And if you're curious about tournaments, I'm not the most, as you guys know, probably, I'm not the most tourney heavy player. I usually just don't have time, to be quite honest. There's a lot of tournaments I've wanted to participate in and just don't get the opportunity to. I don't even know how I have peasants in it. I don't know why I have peasants in their own control group, but whatever. I don't know.
The lady awaits.
These guys are special peasants. They get their own control.
Battle ready!
Just kidding. Yeah, no problem. And there's different unit restrictions and all that sort of stuff in tournament play as well. There's some units are classified as super units, so you're not allowed to bring more than one of them, even if normally you can bring more than one. I think like steam tanks and luminarchs are on there, which is kind of hilarious because I feel like in a tourney setting, if you're trying to be serious, you wouldn't even bring one steam tank, or especially not a luminarch, much less 2. But it's funny. All right, let's hope this is a good one. But yeah, before you guys head out, I will try, or before I end the stream right after this battle, I'm gonna try to put up a link to the PDF rules and the tourney Discord if that's something you guys are curious about. Always good to have more interest. And I'm sure some of you guys are more interested in it than I am, so that'll be great, you guys. If it's not something you've played already. What is this? Okay, Rotting Leviathan, a Necrofix Colossus, Gunnery White. Oh man, this is beautiful. And a Queen Bess. Okay, that's fun. Alright, well, we're off to zone off Scurvy Dogs. I believe, was it Scurvy Dogs who got reworked? Was it Gunnery White? I should be much more careful with response. I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to achieve here, besides getting bleeded. So that's... Ooh, that's no bueno. But you know what? We will persevere. Oh, Bretonian peasantry. We shall persevere. This is just brutal stuff. We're getting deleted by Queen Bess. But once we get in there, we are going to teach them a lesson of chivalry, courage, and other such wonderful things. Or something along those lines. And holy hell. This is just disgusting. Alright, we're gonna try to get... Let's see, so that's a vampire. Let's get you guys on the handguns. Oh my god. Queen Bess. Friggin' light. I'm gonna get you guys firing them. It's just a generic Necrofect. That's actually kind of surprising that it's just a generic Necrofect. But we're gonna get Battle Pilgrims in on these guys. We're gonna get you in on them. I'm gonna try to swing you guys wide. So we should be able to knock out this zombie pirate gunnery mob pretty quick. 40 Wardens. The archers are getting way ahead of themselves, which is really bad. They are starting to get munched on. We're gonna get Response in there. That's a gunnery mob, but
At
look
once!
at you and
For
Running Leviathan.
victory!
Peasants over there. Alright.
Quickly, post haste!
So we got him over there. We'll get you on the... We'll get you guys on the Queen Bess, hopefully, and shut that crap down.
Spare man at arms! Protect Bretonia!
Queen Bess is just
For
disgusting.
the Grail!
There's very little you can do about it too. As Bretonia, really.
Awaiting
We're gonna try to whittle down these very annoying handguns. As you can see, they're... And in comes Rapunzel. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to achieve. Can we get it on these guys?
For the lady!
My soul is aflame.
My lady, grant me your sight!
That did like nothing apparently.
A base!
Aye! Run!
Can we get you guys in here to actually do something?
Once! I honor my vow!
So as you guys probably know, Queen, or maybe you know, I don't know, maybe not. The Queen Bess does have a pretty ludicrous. Holy heck!
Understood!
These are some really laggy battles.
Post haste!
At least we got a Queen
Strike
Bess
them
D-man.
down!
Go, Rapunzel!
Fury!
Smite that scum. You
We
guys.
obey! Doing your bidding! Battle, pilgrims! Quick now! Quick now!
Rapunzel's holy hell.
Chevaliers, ready!
I could do the Halo of Maidenly Wrath. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why it kicks off into such a bad lag after the... Wow. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Power of the light!
These guys are gonna... Wow, there's nothing I can do about it,
Quick
really.
now!
I will go!
Quickly, lads!
Damn dogs. Look at Rapunzel just taking this guy to Pound Town. I don't know...
Very well!
Honor the lady!
With haste!
Why are you here?
At once!
What is this lag? Holy guacamole. I don't know if it's my internet potatoing out on me.
Power
Because
of
it's just
the
not lagging all the
lady!
time.
At speed! Quickly!
Alright.
Bound by honor!
As commanded! As ordered! Hurry!
Run them through!
A base!
For the Grail!
Charge!
Unfortunately, the dogs are probably gonna
Bold
get some...
knights!
What is this? Just a vampire owl.
Moving a base!
Did she seriously rout?
Battle, pilgrims! Die, fiends!
She's seriously routed. That's...
What orders? Run, men!
you guys need
once.
to get the heck out of there.
Hastily.
Repulse the Lyonnais!
Get 'em! To war! We serve the king! Battle ready!
Oh my god, why are you guys out of...
Pull back!
Right away.
At least we got Henry
Take the
Massif
ground.
still around kicking.
At speed.
Peasant bowmen! Stick 'em good!
Forthwith! Feel true power!
Yeah, unfortunately the Hippogriffs are probably not going to come back, and that was a big misplay on my part. I
Ready
really
for
should have
battle!
played my card smarter there.
Quickly. A pace.
Fighters!
Can you guys, like,
Run
get on the
through.
target here?
It is done! Destroy them!
Pop.
Come unto me!
Peasant bowmen!
Yeah.
Ready
That didn't
for
quite work
orders!
out.
Paladin of Bretonia.
Oi!
Okay, we did.
Peasant bowmen!
Attack!
At once! Aye!
We go! The lady's
Let's get you in there.
fury! Priestess of the the lady.
I need to get it.
Swiftly!
Oh my god.
Battle pilgrims!
If she
For the
seriously dies right
lady!
now, I'm going to probably be raging over that. At least we're able to get on this damn gunnery way.
For Britannia!
Charge!
Oh my god, he got swatted out of the sky.
The Leoness!
Peasant bowmen! Taking aim!
And now she's gonna...
Run on!
Is she gonna...
Your command! Britannia needs me!
Justice awaits! The lady's fury!
We serve our liege!
You
Ugh.
require magic? The true of hearts shall prevail! As ordered!
Yes?
For the lady!
The fact that he's gonna get a heal is gonna be a killer right now.
Divine Fury!
He can get away,
No
probably.
hesitation! As commanded!
As you say, 'tis done!
At once!
That necro effects is gonna make me rage. Alright, Henry, get in there. Snipe that bugger out.
Honor and glory! For the king! Ready! Withdraw! My lord!
Where's my peasant mod?
Orders! Run, men! Kill 'em all! Protect
And Rapunzel.
Britannia!
I am prepared! I will go!
To war! Attack! We obey! Leg it!
Yes! Now! At once!
I need to get a heal here. Ugh.
Grant me your wisdom!
Get in there.
In Britannia's name!
So we are grinding them now. The problem is that our leadership is in the gutter. Oh, well, at least we sniped that bugger out finally.
Take the ground!
I can't believe this gunnery way is still not dead. That is insane.
Harvest him! Quick march!
Just get out of there.
Peasant bowman! Shift it! Leg it!
Like the
Attack! Armed and ready! Shift it!
Réponse de Lyonnaise! We go!
For the king! At once!
the fact that this
The lady's fury!
another kind of ridiculous thing is that this
Direct
like
my
she's not
blade.
able to land any
I
hits.
move.
Oh, and now my no, that's really
We
bad.
serve
My
our
healer
liege.
routed. That's a disaster.
Paladin of Britannia! I am your man!
I don't think we
As
can win this
ordered.
at this point with
I
no
will
heals.
go.
I'm still ages away from my healing
For
cap, but I don't think
justice!
Honor and duty!
that's incredibly frustrating.
Doing our duty! Doing your bidding! Protect Britannia! By the lady! 'Tis an honor!
Réponse de Lyonnaise!
Oof.
Withdraw!
And that's is that gonna be that's gonna be the round. That's an unfortunate one to end on, but oh well, what can you do? It was a frustrating strat to play against, but honestly, your opponent isn't really the best IBE, and I think in this matchup it's better to go with the Fey Enchantress, because then you cut a if you bring Fey, you cut out a lot of money that you have to waste in leadership. Would have having a little more money there, plus the fact that Fey's more difficult to snipe, would have probably been a big boon. I think going like double Paladin and Fey, I think is stronger. Oh well, what can you do? Win some, you lose some. I let Scurvy Dogs get away with way too much damage, which was also pretty disastrous. I don't think my opponent's build was really honestly that good. Like if I just played it, if I just brought a more competitive build, I think it would have been better and would have been fun. But it is what it is. Before I do clock out, I did promise to put up the, if I can find it, the rules PDF. I actually think the Britonia versus vote, and the other problem is with lag, it's kind of hard to pull off certain things. But either way, the I think the Vampire Coast versus Britonia match was actually pretty Britonia favored. There's the, for those of you who are interested, there are the army limit limits for the Warhammer Cup. There's actually even in those limits, there's actually a link to the tournament Discord. So you don't even need to get me to put it up. And so if you're curious about army limits, there's also rules, and I'm not entirely sure where I had the rule. I didn't have the rules saved. Oh well. I'll actually open up. Let's see, Discord. Wait, I might try to make this. I'm gonna have to try to figure out why I was lagging so bad today. It was lagging at awkward points too. Do razors actually do well against gyros? I legitimately haven't tested. I know that razors had a terrible reputation, and I didn't have much success with them before. But I might have to give them a shot if they're actually pretty good there. And it's actually, so you can actually find all the rules on the, by the way, here you go, guys. Here's the rules of play. So if you're curious about tournament rules, there you go. If you want to look at sort of the tournament Discord, if you go to army limits and just scroll down to the introduction, there's a link to the dedicated Warhammer Discord, tournament Discord. So it's pretty cool place. There's all sorts of tournaments, small community stuff, bigger tournaments, that sort of thing. So definitely worth checking out, I think. And yeah, I'll definitely have to try Razor Downs next time. Those gyros were a pain in the rear. I honestly think if I'd gone with either a Slan and just healed through it with regrowth, or maybe brought a I'm loved. Thank you. I feel touched. I appreciate it. Yeah, like honestly, guys, this I'm about to finish up, but I really do appreciate the support. The fact that we're at 500, hey, it's surprising. I'm thinking that I might try to do, like, I don't know if you guys enjoy this live streams. I'm thinking I might try to make it a usual thing on Sundays. Just do like a late night stream of this style. I don't know if 8:30 Eastern is good for you guys. I can't really guarantee much earlier, but if there's a better time, whether a little later or a tiny bit earlier, could certainly that people think would be better. That'd certainly be up for discussion. Since I'm glad you guys. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed the channel. I'll definitely be putting up more as for stuff that's coming up. I'm definitely going to be putting up more of the tier lists. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to those. There's I think at this point I've just got 3 left. So not sure how I'll be clearing those out, but I have to check out those razor around. But I'll definitely be finishing up the tier list. I know there was requests to spell tier list, so I'll probably touch on that as well. I'll try to put up the campaign gameplay because I had the Rapunz campaign that I started on stream, and then I didn't put up the follow-up videos to that, so I definitely should try to get around to that. And obviously historical stuff. It's been something I've been working on the next one. Just haven't had the time to finalize it because those videos do take quite a bit more effort for me than a lot of the other ones. So, or most of the gameplay related stuff. But I'll definitely be trying to get all that stuff up for you guys. But yeah, I'll try to do the live stream thing. Hopefully 8:30 Eastern Sundays. Probably gonna be what I'll aim for. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I really do appreciate the support, guys. Really do appreciate you guys showing up and having some fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it was a bit laggy. I'll have to try to sort that out for next time and check out the mic issue. Maybe I'll have to order a new mic, and that'll be that. But certainly, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Seems that you guys did, and I'll definitely see you all in the next one. And if you have any, and as usual, if you have any questions, any requests, and any commentary, don't hesitate to put down. I try to be responsive. Sometimes it takes me a couple days to get back to you guys, but I try to check on the comments and the responses I get, the critiques, and I take I consider all of it and take a lot of it to heart. Appreciate the feedback. So yeah, there you go, guys. I really do appreciate you all for showing up, and I'll be logging off. So hope everyone's had a great new year, and see you all in the next one.